Will Brazil bow to Ukraine and the international court's demands? Joining us now to dissect this very interesting question is Brazilian journalist Paulo Figueiredo. Paulo, welcome back.
Thank you for having me, Cham.
Should Brazil arrest Vladimir Putin?
Well, legally, yes. Brazil ratified the Rome Statute in 2002, so it's a part of ICC. That legally blinds Brazil to cooperate with the court, including executing arrests for individuals charged by ICC. As you mentioned, there is an open warrant since March 2023 to Vladimir Putin. The ICC issued a warrant for Putin on charges of war crimes, specifically the illegal deportation of children from Ukraine following Russia's full-scale invasion in 2022. So technically, Brazil is bound to follow this. Under the Roma Statute, member states are obligated to cooperate with the court in arrests. So if Putin enters Brazilian territory, Brazil would be expected to detain him and hand him over to the ICC. But we know for a fact, because Lula previously stated that, the president of Brazil, Lula da Silva, previously stated that in an interview early this year, that he would not arrest Putin. And we also know that Brazil sent a formal invitation to the summit to Russia like nothing happened. So technically, yes. Factually, I don't think it's going to happen.
Well, you know, the President da Silva says he's leaving Putin's arrest to the Brazilian Supreme Court. How does that work? Is he taking the political pressure off himself despite the interview he gave, despite saying it would never happen in Brazil?
Well, technically, the president, same as in the United States, if someone comes to the U.S., not like Joe Biden is going to make the arrest, right? You need to be done by the proper authorities. In Brazil, it would be done by the federal police, but everyone has supposedly the right of due process in Brazil, and that would be ultimately decided by the Supreme Court. But Lula already said publicly that he does not intend to move any effort for that to happen. So it's a very weird situation because there are repercussions if Brazil do not comply with the arrest warrant. Brazil,
well, tell us this. Explain to us why da Silva would be so defensive of Putin here, despite all of these other entanglements that Brazil as a nation is involved in. It seems da Silva has a few other motives to protect Putin. What are those?
So there are the fair geopolitical interests that Brazil has. Brazil is very dependent on some products that come from Russia. For example, fertilizers for the Brazilian agriculture. So that's a fair, legitimate concern. So that's why Brazil has been taking, since Bolsonaro, a more neutral approach regarding the Russia-Ukraine conflict. But there's also the alignment that Brazil has, which is a growing alignment that Lula da Silva has with the axis that comprehends Russia, China, and Iran. So, and that's more of Lula's motivation right now. Lula is very close to the alliance. It's closer right now. Since Bolsonaro left, Brazil is closer and closer to China and Russia and Iran than it is to the United States and the Western world.
For all our viewers asking where One America News is heading in the future, we would like to introduce you to OAN Live. OAN Live is the best way to stay up to date on all of the hard-hitting, straight-shooting, national and international headlines. And the best part is, OAN Live is only $4.99 per month. All the credible, honest, unbiased reporting One America News offers at a fraction of the cost of cable. Just go to OANN.com to easily sign up for OAN Live and stay informed.